I was still alive when my 4 children sat down in my living room and divided my inheritance right in front of me. The house goes to Tom, the car goes to Susan, the jewelry goes to Linda, and the ranch goes to Danny. Nobody asked me anything. Nobody looked me in the eye. Their voices overlapped, calm and practical, as if I wasn't even sitting there. As if I had already passed on and they were just settling what was left behind. I sat in my chair, hands wrapped around my coffee mug, watching my own life get divided piece by piece. My reflection in the window looked smaller than I remembered. I was treated like I was already dead. I drank my coffee in silence, waited for them all to leave, and the next morning at 8 a.m., I was at the lawyer's office. I was standing outside the lawyer's office. The sun had barely warmed the street, and the world felt strangely calm compared to the storm inside me. My hands trembled slightly as I pushed the glass door open. Inside, everything smelled like paper and polish, neat and controlled, nothing like the chaos of yesterday. What I did there, they only found out much later, and when they did, it was too late. My name is Dora. I'm 81. I've lived in the same house in Decatur, Georgia for 43 years. My husband Frank was a mechanic on Ponce de Leon Avenue, came home every night with grease on his hands and his back aching, kissed my forehead and asked what was for dinner. He died of pancreatic cancer 8 years ago. I remember the hospital room, the quiet machines, the way his hand felt in mine as it slowly lost strength. After he was gone, the house felt too big, too quiet, but I stayed because it was ours. After that, I gave everything I had to our 4 children, every last drop. Tom, my oldest, got a girl pregnant at 23. Showed up at my door at 2 in the morning crying. I gave him $8,000 from our savings for an apartment on Claremont Road. Never told Frank. When his marriage fell apart, I raised his 2 girls for 3 years. Lunches, school drop-offs at Claremont Elementary, braids, homework every single day. When he came to get them, he didn't say thank you. He said, "Mom, you let them get fat." Susan wanted to be a nurse. I worked double shifts at the textile plant on Memorial Drive for 4 years to pay her $22,000 tuition at Georgia State. Ate canned soup most nights so she could buy textbooks. The day she graduated, she thanked her husband at the podium. I was in the 3rd row, crying. She never once looked my way. Linda, the artist. Over the years, I gave her close to $15,000. Painting classes, supplies, a trip to Santa Fe. When she got married, she called me a week before and asked me not to come. Said her in-laws were refined people and didn't need to see her plain mother in the church. I stayed home that Saturday. Danny, my youngest, borrowed $12,000 for a landscaping business that went under in 6 months, then another $5,000 for a second one. Never paid me back a cent. When I asked about it once, real gentle, he said, "Mom, you're gonna die one day anyway. Think of it as an advance on the inheritance." That was the moment something inside me cracked. $62,000 total. From my Social Security, from the savings Frank and I built penny by penny over 40 years. That's what I gave them. That Wednesday in October, after they finished dividing everything, they stood up and left. Tom grabbed the spare house keys off the hook by the front door. Susan took the car keys from the counter. Linda tucked the jewelry box under her arm. Danny stopped at the door and said, "Mom, bind the ranch deed. I want to get things started." Nobody hugged me. Nobody said goodbye. The door closed and the house went quiet. At 8 the next morning, I walked into James Henderson's law office on Maple Street. He'd handled Frank's estate years ago. I told him I needed to change my will. All of it. He asked if I was sure. I told him I'd never been more sure of anything in my life. We spent 3 hours going through everything, and when I walked out into the morning sun, I felt lighter than I had in years. After that, I joined a walking group at Mason Mill Park. Met a woman named Gloria who'd been through the same thing, gave everything to her kids, ended up alone. We got close. Sunday dinners together, little trips to Savannah in the spring and the Smokies in the fall. For the first time since Frank died, I had people around me who actually wanted me there. 5 years went by. Not one phone call from my children. Not on my birthday, not on Thanksgiving, not on Christmas. When I spent 2 nights in the hospital with pneumonia at Emory Decatur, it wasn't my daughter by my bed. It was Gloria, holding my hand while I coughed through the dark. They had what they wanted from me. To them, I was done. In my new will, Tom's house goes to the county's senior housing program. They're turning it into a group home for elderly people who got abandoned by their own families. Susan's car goes to a volunteer group that drives seniors to doctor appointments in grocery stores. Linda's jewelry, I sold every piece for $38,000 and put it into an education fund for grandchildren of abandoned seniors. And Danny's ranch goes to a county youth program that teaches farming to low-income kids. Kids who want to build something honest with their own hands, not wait around for someone to die. Everything they divided that Wednesday now belongs to strangers. I also wrote 4 letters, 1 for each child, sealed, left with Mr. Henderson. His only instruction, don't open them until I'm gone. Every letter says the same thing. I loved you with everything I had. I gave more than I should have. But when you divided my life while I was still sitting in it, I understood. To you, I was never your mother. I was just what I could give you. So I gave it all to people who take care of folks like me. I'm not angry. I'm sad. Sad that I spent my whole life trying to be enough, and I always was. You just never saw it. I'm 81 now. Same kitchen table. But these days it's covered in road trip maps and cookie crumbs from Sunday dinners with Gloria. Tom still thinks the house is his. Danny's still dreaming about selling that ranch. They're all just waiting for me to die so they can collect. One day they'll find out. And it'll be too late. My name is Dora. I spent 76 years trying to be enough for my children. It took one Wednesday to learn the only person I needed to be enough for was myself and you. What would you do in my place? Tell me in the comments. For more stories like this one, like the video and subscribe. There are many more waiting. Until next time.